Relationships are all about emotions. And after your breakup, your ex is absolutely cold and heartless to you. By the time you finish this video, you'll understand how to flip that around and not only have your ex attracted to you again, but attracted to the point of obsession.
So the first reason why you need to hurt your ex is because nothing is gonna hurt them more than seeing you being successful, seeing you being happy, you being on top of your A game, you being your best self. Back when you guys were together, maybe you weren't on top of your A game, you weren't too invested in yourself, you were more invested in the relationship than yourself. And they seen that, they got a little turned off by it. Now it's a new you. You're doing what you should be doing, going to the gym, staying fit, being healthy. They're looking at your social media. You're doing good. You're happy. You're exploding. You're on top of the world now. You're the happiest person in the world. You're getting better and better and better. So what does that do? That's gonna strike them. That's gonna hit them hard, right in the mouth. They're gonna regret their decision to break up with you. They're gonna be wondering why did I break up with them? Maybe I should reach back out to them. They did used to motivate me and kind of keep me on top of my A game for a little while, but ignorantly I decided to break up with them. Like what was I thinking? And again, that's that punch in the mouth. That's the slap to reality. The smack in the face. You want that pain that you had to go through after the breakup to go back to them. You don't want them to, feel like they made the right decision because they made the wrong decision. They're the ones that messed up. They're the one that left you. Now you want to flip it on them. That pain that you had when you were by yourself in your room and had anxiety day in and day out and couldn't sleep and constantly calling all your friends and your mom and sister just so you had someone to talk to. Just hoping that somebody would actually understand you and what you're going through and be there for you. You want to flip that on them. You want them to feel like they missed out. They lost out on you.
And another reason why you need to hurt your ex is due to the fact that you need to create tension between you and your ex. And how do you do that? You hurt your ex through silence. You disappear. You give them exactly what they want. And when you leave, that's when that tension is going to be created because, like I said, they see you in a certain way. They know where you stand. They are in relief of the fact that they're no longer with you. And by your behavior, your negative behavior, you're trying to convince them, you're trying to negotiate your way back in, you're trying to bribe your way back in, your anger issues, all of that is doing is not only pushing your ex away even further, decreasing the attraction, but it's also reaffirming their decision. Each behavior, each negative behavior, each detrimental behavior that you show your ex, you are validating their decision by leaving you. You have to pull away in order to get your ex back. So when you introduce silence, it's gonna create that mystery, that curiosity. Since you've given them everything that they wanted by you leaving, now they're questioning their decision, they're questioning what's going on in your life, and then now the suspense is in the air because now you might be out of their life forever, which is ironically what they wanted, but now since that space is created, they're unsure about the decision, and that's exactly what you want.
So another reason why you need to hurt your ex is because karma. Comes around, goes right back around. I'm a strong believer in karma. Towards the end of the relationship, your ex is over here poking at you, trying to get a reaction out of you, trying to hurt you, trying to get you mad so they have a reason to break up with you because you were doing everything you could. You were being a good person. You're trying to make it work. Obviously, you may have, nobody's perfect. I understand that, and they know they did things that they shouldn't have done to you. They were wrong, because you invested all this into the relationship, all this effort, all this time, and you tried to make it work. You tried to go to counseling. You put everything you could into it, but you know what? They didn't even care. They hurt you. They broke you. Now you're depressed, sad, you're in your room crying, got the anxiety going on. So now you gotta let karma take its course. Karma's gonna get them back. Karma's gonna knock them right in their mouth. You need to give them that empty feeling of being by themselves. Let them go ahead and try getting in that little rebound relationship that's not gonna work. Let them go ahead and get to that point where they're on Tinder swiping left and right and they're regretting their decision to break up with you. You guys, you gotta stand your ground and you can't let your ex walk all over you.
So another way to hurt your ex is by you taking the power back. Breakups get messy. A lot of mud is being slung around and things get real crazy when you look back at it. A lot of people decide to say, I'd rather be 50% miserable with them just being an orbiter around my ex than being alone with myself. So a lot of times we succumb to being manipulated. We succumb to being around them to want to get closure, to being breadcrumbed, to being gaslighted. You got to say no. You have to make a clear decision in the sand and say, I am not going to be breadcrumb. You're not going to send me mixed signals. You're not going to verbally abuse me. You're not going to physically abuse me. I am not going to stick around in the friend zone. You will not treat me second class. You will not treat me as second fiddle. I am not going to allow that. You have to take the power back in the situation. And when you do that, when you no longer give someone permission to treat you like you don't want to be treated, regardless of if that's your ex. When you can make that stance within yourself, you don't know how powerful that is. And that's gonna send a signal to your ex that they can no longer do these things, because people only treat us how you wanna be treated. So you have to make a decision with yourself to say, look, I am not gonna allow my ex to do that. I don't care how much I love them. I don't care how much this pain I feel, but I am not gonna allow you to treat me like this anymore. I don't care about getting back with them anymore. It's not about that. You have to, regardless of how much you love them, if they're treating you how you don't want to be treated, it is not enough to stick around somewhere or someone where they're treating you like that, especially if it's someone that you love. I don't care how long you've been with this person, what you've been through. If they're not treating you in a place that's of dignity and self-respect, you need to leave them and never look back. And I don't care how much they feel hurt about you walking away. You have to put the onus and put the responsibility and put yourself on that pedestal to say, look, I'm not gonna stand anywhere I'm not gonna be wanted and respected. So you have to leave them where they stand at that moment.
I feel like that came from the heart from you. I'm sure that had a lot to do with your
Hey, look, man.
So another reason why you need to hurt your ex is because you need to prove to them that you can do better than them. To go off what T said about being verbally abusive, a lot of times your ex will say something along the lines of like, you'll never find anyone better than me, or something like that. And a lot of people, it'll get in their head, because some people have like these insecurities and like are self-conscious about, themselves. So what you need to do is, you guys need to trust the process that we tell you. You guys need to check out our Patreon page. We talk about, how to pick up, better looking people, more successful, how to make yourself come off more successful or even look better. Whatever the case may be. If you're looking for a better girlfriend, or women out there, a better boyfriend or whatnot, check out our Patreon page, because we kind of go into detail about that. And when you find yourself when you find yourself a better girlfriend, and your ex sees you with a better looking woman, a better looking person, a better figure, taller and prettier, and this one actually has hair and all of her teeth, and she starts, she'll get completely jealous. She'll bug out, and they'll almost get competitive to the point where they'll want to get you back simply because their ego is completely smashed and beaten and tore up, because they see you as somebody better than them. In their mind, for the longest time after the breakup, they were thinking, you know what? I can get Murphy back whenever I want to. I can just make a phone call and get Murphy back. And one day they're on their Instagram and they see you and this banging beautiful girl named Tatiana. Now she's getting jealous, and now she's gonna say, all right, well maybe I can't get him back. And then she's gonna like test herself. And that's when they start reaching out to you, and that's when they start making those phone calls and putting themselves inside of your bubble, because they get that pain, that hurt from, oh, Murphy's moved on, he's done better, he's found somebody better than me. Oh, I'm really not as pretty as I thought I was.
And another way to hurt your ex is for you to walk away and never look back. And that's a topic that we discuss in this video here to the left. So go ahead and tap that video, and we'll see you on the flip side.